We started off our time at PSG on top of the world. Our first actual competitive match, we picked up our first piece of silverware, and then we went on to win the first match quite handily in the regular season. We continued playing pretty well. We'll get to that in a minute, but then the thing that makes Football Manager the most broken happened, and our time at PSG has been tainted. How you doing, everyone? Welcome back to episode number 133 of Bottom to the Top, and we find ourselves on the Team Dynamics page as we watch our Team Dynamics slowly sink their way down into the bottom of Les Toilettes, because Xavi Simons, about a week, maybe two, before the end of the transfer window, came up to us and felt there was a lack of sufficient quality depth in the goalkeeping department. Now, he may have had a semi-valid point. Kim Seon-il is our starter. We got him in the offseason, and he has been playing very well for us, keeping 2 clean sheets in the first 5 matches of the regular year and only conceding a total of 7 goals in 6. How he fared in those matches, we'll let you know in just a minute. The reason it was a fair point was Amir Saipi, who we also picked up over the summer, was the lone backup. So we only had 2 goalkeepers on the squad. So we decided to go on out and pick up some more goalkeepers before the transfer window ended. So we secured the services of 26-year-old Danish U21 international Jens Sørensen, who is a very decent and capable backup, standing at 6'2", decent aerial reach. Does tend to punch it out, which we don't love. Pretty good one-on-ones. The things that we look at is jumping reach, very good. Nice resolute personality. Rated by our staff as a good Ligue 1 player. We also signed, just in case, a Portuguese goalkeeper, 27-year-old Thiago Calheiros. Not as good. Stands 6'5", another big boy, but kind of average, but another body, another great personality with fantastic aerial reach and very consistent on the pitch. He may not be rated necessarily as a good Ligue 1 player, but he's a body. So now we have 4 goalkeepers. We added to that 19-year-old French-Portuguese dual U21 international Igor Duarte, 6'6", 176 pounds, has some work to do. He can potentially be a very good player in this league. Model citizen personality, 5 goalkeepers now on the roster, although we've since loaned out Igor Duarte to Bastia. That is beside the point. We now have, in my opinion, a ton of depth at goalkeeper. In fact, while it's still technically our worst position based on star rating with just a 3.0, it's no different than our right back that nobody is complaining about, our right wing that nobody is complaining about, or our deep-lying forward striker that nobody is complaining about. Which kind of has put a damper in my mind, not only on our time here at PSG, but also the rest of our transfers. We sent Florian Delorme out on loan to Sporting in Portugal, the 6'23" left winger. We have sufficient depth at left wing, so we felt we'd get him a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more playing time. Maybe he can come back, increase his value a little bit, so he'll be off to Portugal for the year. We did the same with Diego Velasquez. The 22-year-old Chilean was one of our excess foreign players. There was no room to register him. He did not kick up a fuss when we did not, so we sent him to Vitesse for the season. And we also found a buyer for Vucer Goes. He is off to Barcelona. Barcelona has no problem signing 32-year-old center backs. A good player. In fact, he has had scored a goal for us, his only goal in all of his time at PSG, but we felt we needed to move him on. We have plenty of good options at the center back position. We also needed the money a little bit, because while we needed the money to spend $5.25 million on Jens Sørensen, we needed money as well to bring Gershke Akar to France. The 22-year-old German international. You know him very well. We brought him into Porto last year. Loved what he gave us. We needed some depth, not only on the right wing position, but also at striker. So Akar is here. We expect a bump in shirt sales. As a result, we were able to get him for $73 million up front with incentives, which will drive the transfer fee up to $97 million total, which is just a couple of million more than we paid last year to bring him into Portugal. The reasons for the move for Akar were threefold. We wanted to bring in another superstar, and we had a ton of money with which to do it. Il LeBlanc suffered an injury, and he's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so we definitely needed additional help up there. Even though Tote has come back from his injury, played okay in the limited time that we have been able to give him. But also, the results haven't exactly been what we would have hoped for. Not that they've been terrible. We currently sit, after 5 matches, in 3rd place on the Ligue 1 table, just 2 points off of the top. The reason being, we haven't lost, but neither have Rennes or Nantes. They each, though, have won 4 of their 5 matches. We've only won 3. We followed up the 4-0 drubbing of Toulouse with a 1-0 victory on the road at Strasbourg. Rennes, we had to battle back to draw 3-3. We followed that up with a home victory, only 2-1, though, over current, at the time, 18th place Stade de Reims. And then we went on the road to Monaco, the team that we beat on neutral ground 3-1, as you remember, in the Trophée des Champions. We managed to eke out a 2-2 draw with a last-minute goal. And they were down to 10 men fairly early in this one. In the meantime, our Champions League fixtures have been revealed. We're going to start things off at home against Ajax before traveling on the road to meet RB Leipzig and Atleti. Our second consecutive Spanish side we will face at the beginning of November at the Parc des Princes in Villarreal. Then we've got our old team, Fulham, before our toughest test, Napoli at home. And we finish things up on the road in Scotland against Celtic and in Switzerland against Basel. I don't foresee us having an issue making it out of the league phase with this draw. We start our Champions League campaign in a couple of days against Ajax, but first we are going to see if we pushed the right buttons in the transfer window as we take on Troyes in the league. They are winless right now, currently sitting in 16th place. Kim Seon-il is going to get the start at goalkeeper. Jens Sorensen, though, is his deputy on the bench. It's going to be a back four of Sousa, Tarasenko, Martinez, and Siusha. Fernandez and O'Malley will man the midfield. Baldassare, who has wanted more playing time and actually got some support from Dmitro Tarasenko, saying he should play, is going to get the start at left wing, spelling Dimas Torquato, who is going to get the night off. It's going to be Valverde starting on the right side as Lahorai Laribi is coming back off of a minor knock in training. We'll save him for the Champions League as well. Kusi Asare will be paired up front with brand new number 10, Gershke Akar. My gut tells me we have the depth on the squad that we need. Hopefully we can back that up on the pitch and score a few more goals and not have to rescue draws late on like we have in recent times. Again, we are the only match on the docket as Siuka will head it over for Sousa. We did make a few tactical changes as far as the roles are concerned, but we are still employing the 4-2-4 that was successful for us at FC Porto. Tarasenko, we are still undefeated. In fact, going back to last season, PSG has gone undefeated in their last 16. Kusi Asare hitting the post. How often is that going to happen for us this year? It was part of the unfortunateness of that last match where we had to pull that late draw out of a hat. We did hit the woodwork a couple of times. It's what we're known for. Fernandez sending it forward off of the free kick. Unable to pick out a man, but Valverde off of the post and in. Yedel Valverde with his first goal of the season to give PSG the lead. What a fantastic strike from range. There were a ton of bodies between himself and the goal. So ultimately, successful on the set piece-ish. Keller diving to his left, just cannot reach it. I mean, that was inches away from ricocheting off of the post and out. Rennes has won their last match. They now have 5 victories, so they are going to remain at the top of the table regardless of what we do. Siusha up the line to Valverde. Will get it back, moving it infield before dropping it to Sebastian Martinez. Martinez no longer playing that libero role, at least for right now. Tarasenko feeding it to the left. He's got Sousa. Ahead for Baldassarre, pushing it past his man into the middle. Kusi Asare with a sitter that he could not take advantage of, rocketing that over the crossbar. Siusha throwing it in. Gershke Akar getting it back to him. O'Malley now across for Fernandez. Baldassarre with it once again, running out of room before just dropping it off to Sousa, trailing him. Fernandez ahead for Baldassarre. On the left wing, into the middle, Kusi Asare. This time, Jonah Kusi Asare does not miss, heads it home for his 3rd goal of the season. And Troy falling down to an early 2-0 deficit. Gershke Akar still waiting to get involved in the offense. Harzadi with a weak free kick, turns it over. O'Malley played forward. Akar. We lose control, and Sanchez looking to come the other way, but he runs into a bit of resistance. Leonard chipping it forward. Ryan heading it into the box, but Tarasenko is the only player nearby. Sousa up for Fernandez. Baldassarre with it once again. We are really, and we did this a lot with Porto too, where we seem to work the ball up the left side of the pitch quite a bit. Fernandez up for Kusi Asare, drifting wide. Chipping it into the middle, looking for Valverde, and he finds him. Yedel Valverde with his 2nd goal of the season and his 2nd goal of the night. PSG 3, Troy 0. The only problem with playing a rotated squad like this is that when you have players having success, you want to give other players the opportunity. Those that are on the bench are the ones that would normally be starting that you are trying to give the night off to. 14 points through our first 6, though, is a very good place to be. Troy yet to find a shot on goal opportunity. Baldassarre on the corner, looking back post. Martinez flipping it in. Keller knocking it down, and it will be cleared by Troy out into touch. 12 shots in the first 40 or so minutes. Baldassarre up for Fernandez. Fernandez ahead. Gershke Akar moving it to his right. Picks out Valverde, although Diao tried to step in front of that. Valverde still in control. Chipping it across. Kusi Asare, too strong on the header. Nice back post cross by Valverde. Valverde doing a very nice job on the right wing for us tonight. Akar will play it back for Tarasenko, who will wait to see what develops in front of him before playing it to the near side. Siusha, Valverde with it once again. Back for Martinez, looking to reset. Valverde, Siusha, up the sideline once again. Valverde getting a ton of touches in this match, and we do like to see that when you give a player an opportunity and the team around him does not shy away from giving him that chance. Another turnover taken by O'Malley, played forward for Baldassarre. O'Malley once again. Gershke Akar. Harzashti steps in front of that. O'Malley once again looking for Akar. Can't find him. O'Malley with another opportunity from Martinez. Kusi Asare in for Gershke Akar. Does the flag stay down? It does. VAR will still check it. However, if it is deemed a good goal, that will be a debut goal for Gershke Akar. His first of the season in PSG blue, and he got his first goal here much sooner than he found the back of the net for the first time when we brought him in to FC Porto. 3 minutes added to the end of this first half. That's right, we have not even played a full half of football. There we have 16-0 your shots on goal, almost 2/3 of the possession for PSG. Valverde with a pair, Kusi Asare and Gershke Akar scoring the goals, and that was an absolutely brilliant first half. And I know Troy is not the stiffest competition that we could have been facing for this first match of this episode, but these are the types of matches that we need to take care of business. We did it against Toulouse, currently sitting in 12th. Stade de Reims, though, now in 14th place. Well, we gave them a golden opportunity to potentially win that match. We did eventually pull ahead and beat them 2-1. Baldi Asari into the middle, Kusi Asari with a long header that Keller will jump for, but he does not need to do anything with it because it was ultimately just a little bit too strong. Rennes having a very good season this year, by the way, plus 17 on their goal difference. 75 minutes have been played, and Keller will look to get it started from a goal kick. Sent ahead, Tarasenko is there, but Shaib picks off the header. Kovac splitting the defense, shooting and picking out the top corner. Miroslav Kovacic. Did I say Kovac? Sometimes it's hard to see those little eyes. Tarasenko looking for Akar, just not strong enough on his header. Kovacic able to split our central defense, beat Kim Seon-il. So Kim Seon-il will not manage to pick up a clean sheet in this match. Yeah, we'll leave Valverde out there. Jonah Kusiasare, though, will make way for Marcus Tote. Sebastian Martinez will cede his position to Borja Heredia. In fact, we'll pull Tarasenko out as well. Javier Osorio coming in. Having trouble getting Osorio in. Now, he did pick up a yellow card a couple of matches ago, so he was suspended for the last match. So I guess we do come by his inability to play, honestly. O'Malley leaving it for Fernandez. Coming in to the box is Baldassare, playing it back and intercepted and cleared. Siusha, though, picking up the ball. O'Malley looking for Tote, dropping it for Fernandez. Across, away from O'Malley to Siusha, who will lose it to Morita as he runs out of room. Arzashti ahead for Shaib. Toure, Shaib, Ahamada finds Kovacic. Sanchez, oh my goodness gracious, what is wrong with our center backs? This time it was Osorio who just allowed Sanchez to walk right past him. So I think we need to shout out a demand more to Javier Osorio. Conan in control. 4 minutes have been added on. O'Malley stepping in front of that, knocking it away from Shaib. Looking to move it forward. Gershke Akar for Baldassare. He does have to wait for the pass. Didn't really lead him in the way that we needed him to. Sousa with it now, dropping it for Osorio. Fernandez in the midfield, pushing it ahead. Gershke Akar finds Marcus Tote. And Maris Tote with his first goal of the season. Top corner if it stands. Nice lead pass by Akar. Unfortunately, Tote was just slightly offside, and I hope I am correct with just slightly. Okay, and by just slightly I mean a foot offside. So another one gets wiped off the board, but PSG still able to win easily 4-2. Pair of goals that we should never have given up in the 77th and 88th minutes. That is something that we need to work on with our back line if we are going to continue to be successful at Paris Saint-Germain. So it's time to test our mettle in Europe. We've got FC Lorient coming up in the league. They're in currently 11th or 12th place, so this is probably going to be much more interesting as we take on Ajax at home. We are going to make a couple of changes to our lineup. One is going to be on the back line as Aimore, who we could not register because of the foreign player debacle that I missed in yesterday's episode, will get the start as our left back because he is eligible to play in the Champions League. He'll be with Dmitry Tarasenko, Sebastian Martinez, and Siusha. Kim Seon-il is going to start in goal once again. A change in the midfield as Fernandez will move over to the right-hand side. Xavi will come in on the left, even though we're still not happy with him. We don't want him causing any more of a stink than he needs to. Coming back in as the left wing is going to be Dimas Torquato. Leo Laribi is going to be our right wing, and Kusiasari will once again be paired with Gershke Akar. I'm thinking I'm going to just start calling him Larry Laribi so I don't trip over his name anymore. Either that or I just have to sell him. At least he won't be on Rennes anymore, although that hasn't seemed to matter, as Rennes currently sit on top of the Ligue 1 table on 16 points after 6 matches. So, the best laid plans, that is the theme of the season. The Scherer with the throw, and Fernandez, though, is going to clear it away. Torquato with it, carrying it through the midfield as the Ajax players retreat. Torquato hands off to Kusiasari, trying to feed it back to his man in Torquato, and it's picked off by Ajax. Pio playing it back to Siu Siuk, the goalkeeper, who will send it long. Martinez heading it forward, can't get it past Taylor. Fernandez giving it right back to Taylor, who plays it ahead for Kristich. Across, Taylor back with it as a Moray knocks it into his path, but his shot is going to be quite wayward. Ultimately, no harm, no foul. Wimmer sending it in off of the corner. Laribi will head it away, but Pio settling it to Wimmer. Pio with it once again outside the box. Wimmer across, looking back post. Martinez will clear that out, and Siusha will head the other way. Counterattack is on for PSG, and in the middle for Kusiasari. On the right wing, Laribi moves it past 2 men across for Gershke Akar, who will put it 5-hole on Seo Woo Seok for his second goal of the year if he remained onside. It's going to be a tight one, but ultimately Gershke Akar able to bend his run successfully and put PSG up by a score of 1-0. Great ball control by Laribi. Nice feed into space to Gershke Akar with just Woo Seok to beat, and he does just that. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Ajax 0, scoring on our first shot on goal of the match. And we are still not on the top of the table of the Champions League. I do this every year. In the first match of the Champions League, I drive myself nuts with where we stand on the live table, knowing that it is literally ever-changing as soon as a goal is scored in one match or the other. Susha sweeps it away, but Krstich is there to pick it up. Pedro Paulo has his shot muted by Tarasenko. Luckily, Tarasenko able to get back because he found himself out of position there. And even if we win, we're not even in the top 8 as things stand right now. Takato, Gershke Akar grabbed out of the air by Woo Seok, denying him his second goal of the match. Sent long by the Ajax keeper. Trying to pick out his man, but Tarasenko will play it to Siuka Laribi for Kusiasari. Akar touch pass. He's got Xavi in, and Xavi cannot beat Woo Seok, who makes himself huge and gets a piece of that ball on its way in. I thought Xavi was going to have an easy goal there. Akar to deliver the corner. Kusiasari, his header just a little too far wide to the left. Unable to put it on target. 1-0 is your score, but Ajax now starting to fall behind in the major statistical categories. We're beating them in shots, in XG, in possession. Torquato with another corner. Halovic able to clear it away. Balambi pushing it further toward the middle of the field. Siuka, though, ahead for Fernandez. Martinez in control. Siuka on the right side, carrying it up the wing. Leading it. Oh, what a lead pass for Laribi. Getting all the way through past 4 players to Torquato, who puts it away and is able to score. They're saying Laribi may have been offside. Did Laribi get a piece of that one as it went across? He may have. Let's check the review, shall we? Although even if he did so from an onside position. Oh, they were viewing whether or not he was offside when he received the ball before he sent it across to Torquato. So Torquato with the goal, Laribi with the assist. Kusiasare in control of the ball. 43rd minute. Fernandez wide right for Laribi. Gets it in the middle. Kusiasare wayward with another one. Unable to find the target. The 6'6" striker just unable to finish. Pedro Paulo across, but Amore will step in front of that. Amore is playing pretty well in his debut here. Akar has it along the near sideline into the middle. Kusiasare, and once again, he cannot put the header home. But a 2-0 lead after 45 is a great place to be in the Champions League. Kusiasare may need to be replaced at some point. See if maybe Maris Tote can work in that position. Maybe move Torquato up and bring Baldassare in as our left wing. Unsure. Fernandez feeding it ahead. He's got Akar trying to get it through the back line. Drops it for Laribi. Laribi moving it to his left. Puts it on goal and on target. But the Korean goalkeeper able to handle that one pretty easily and knock it behind for a corner, which Torquato will take. Tarasenko with a header. He finds it on target, but right at Siu Woo Siuk. 2-0, though, and it looks as if we are going to cruise to a fairly easy victory in our European debut in the Champions League. And as I say that, it's an Ajax corner. Wimmer looking to deliver back post. Punched away by Kim Seon-il. Kristich will track it down. Valdez feeds Wimmer. Wimmer in. Blocked. Misahoy, though, picking up the loose ball. And Gabriel Misahoy with his first goal of the season. And they're going to say that was a mistake by Kim Seon-il. He shouldn't have punched it out. I do not disagree. Weren't we just talking about the tendency of goalies to punch the ball out on this team? And Ajax has clawed their way back within one. Still dominating in shots, XG, and possession. Clear-cut chances. Shots off target, to be fair. And a 1-goal lead for Paris Saint-Germain as we tick down near 20 minutes left. Kieran O'Malley will replace Fernandez, who was a little tired after the last match. Jonah Kusiasare will cede his position to Dimas Torquato. And Baldassare will come in, as we were talking about, as our left wing. 2 changes made in the match for PSG. Hoping to just hang on to things here. Kim Seon-il on a 6.3. I think that's a little unfair and unfortunate, if I do say so myself. We're going to take the tempo down, knock the passing down a touch, and slow things down in transition to hopefully hang on to this 2-1 victory. Not nearly as emphatic as it felt in the first half, as we had chance after chance after chance after chance. We only took advantage of 2 of them, and now Lahurai Laribi is injured, so he's going to need to come off. Iadel Valverde, make your European debut, son. And hopefully Laribi is not going to be out for a long time. Losing him 2 minutes in the stoppage time, well, that kind of sucked. We managed 32 shots on goal, 16 of them on target. Siu Woo Siuk played an excellent game for Ajax, but just not good enough. It's PSG 2, Ajax 1. So we just need to iron out some issues in our changing room, but the winning, or at least the non-losing, at PSG continues. We're skipping ahead to the month of October. We've got Atleti in the Champions League. We have Lille at home at the Parc des Princes in Ligue 1. Hopefully we are sitting at the top of the table at that point. A lot of football to play between now and then. I hope to see you here tomorrow. If you have not done so already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, do everything you can to continue supporting the channel. Thank you very much for being here, and I will see you when we return tomorrow with another episode of Bottom to the Top. Until then, bye-bye.